tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out.
Wealthy family, and welcome to today's video. Thank you for coming and sharing some time with me. Welcome, new subscribers. Listen, we are at 333. I don't know where I'll be at when I upload this, but I told myself every time I hit an angel number, I will do a video about that angel number. And yesterday I was at 331, and I was like, okay, let's see if we can hit it by this weekend, and we hit it yesterday. So when I looked and I saw 333, I was like, okay, we're gonna do a video about the number 3. So thank you everyone for your support, for your love, for your connection. Say hello to me. If you haven't commented on my video, say hello. I always reply to everyone's comments, and I love to hear your thoughts about my thoughts. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the vibration of 3, how it works, how you can work with it, and then I'm also going to talk about a manifestation method that I myself have done in the past. The first time I did it was actually 3 years ago, and I ran across the paper that I did it on, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do this method again because there's something that I'm looking to bring into my life. I'm looking to manifest into my life, and I want to put some speed behind it. So I was going to actually do this method, and then I hit the number, and I was like, okay, so let me share it with the family because I know it works. So the number 3, first of all, the vibration of the number is Jupiterian. And you know, today, Thursday, is Jupiter's day. You know, my Pisces behind, I fucks with Jupiter. So, you know, me and Jupiter got a different type of relationship going on another type of level. So, you know, when I found out that 3 had a Jupiterian feel behind it, which is masculine, I was like, oh, that's amazing. But it's not just masculine, because 3 also represents the Holy Trinity. And the Holy Trinity, the natural Holy Trinity, is divine feminine, divine masculine, and offspring. You see that with us as humans. That's how we reproduce. You see it in the animal kingdom. That's how they reproduce. Well, the majority of them reproduce. So that is the real Holy Trinity, right? Masculine, feminine, and offspring, right? The number 3 is also a number of perfection. It's the product of union. I'm sorry, one second. I've been talking all day. I had a few readings today, and I've been talking. I've been using my voice, so I apologize. It's the product of union. It's the number of perfection. It is the number of light, right? Looking at Genesis chapter 1, verse 3, that verse says, "Let there be light," right? And then light came forth and cut through that darkness with such a sharp blade. That's why I love the light. When you are the light, nothing can harm you. You drive out all darkness, all shadows, all fear, because you illuminate, right? So that's what the number 3 does. Now, of course, you know, the 3 is also associated with a triangle. When you look at a triangle, right, you have 3 points, 3 angles. The up triangle signifies fire, right? And it also represents the powers of heaven, right? Upwards, the creatures of heaven, the beings of heaven or space, however you want to look at it. And a downward triangle, nope, not the Illuminati, but it just signifies water, right? Because water douses the fire. So it signifies water and the beings of, you know, below, the host of below, those that live below, right? The underworld. Not to say it's negative or positive, because like I said, it has different vibration to it, right? It can take on different things. It can take on different energies, all right? Now, the color that's associated with the number 3 is purple, right? That's why I'm wearing my purple Ascending Infinite Goddess shirt, if you can see, right? Again, compliments of my husband. Thank you, baby. And azure, which is a different variation of purple, and blue is like a mixture in between. The metal that's associated with the number 3 is tin. So if you follow I forgot what it is, but if you follow the like marriage anniversary gifts and stuff, traditional and then modern and things of that nature, some of them have 10 listed, and some people would be like, well, how did they get that? Yeah, that's why. The metal that's associated with the number 3 is 10. The stone that's most associated with it, or the crystal that's most associated with it, is turquoise, right? I'm wearing my turquoise bracelet along with that. And the number 3 is such a high vibrational number. The royals use it. Back in the day, they used to not allow their successors, like the men or the juniors, they never let them go past 3. And that's because when they went to like the 4th or the 5th, they started seeing turmoil, right? So that's just an old maiden's tale, right? Or I shouldn't say maiden's tale, because then that makes it seem like it's false. But that's the reportings, right? Back in the old days, they wouldn't let them go past 3, because anything after that, they would start to see turmoil, okay? Also, when you think of the different elements, right? Or the different things in nature, like how they're grouped, they normally comes in threes, right? The trees are, their leaves sometimes are grouped in threes, right? I'm looking at the trees, right? Their leaves are grouped in threes, like bunches of threes, or they may have like 3 branches or things of that nature. The writer Knickerbocker brought out that you have the sun, the moon, the stars, right? When you look into the sky, when you look in nature, you have the land, the water, the sky, right? When you look in there, when you think about like religion or faith things, you see faith, hope, and charity, right? It's always like in threes. When you look at the triad of King Neptune, right? Also ruler of Pisces, right? When you look at the triad, you have the 3 points on it, okay? So 3 is a very significant number. And whenever people hear about 3, they're always like, oh, it's a lucky number, right? Lucky number 3, right? 3 and 7, okay? So on that note, right, with it being a lucky number, I'm going to talk about a method that I use, a manifestation method called 33 by 3, all right? And this is a writing mechanism. You want to be dedicated, and you want to be in line with what it is that you're writing and manifesting about. Now, just to put this out there, whatever methods I give you, know that you are the power. You hold all the power. It's just that when you put your energy into something else, you focus it on something else, it just gives it a little extra boost, okay? So as I mentioned, the first time I did this was 3 years ago. I had to do it twice, because the first thing that I asked for, I was manifesting, I can tell you now, I was looking to do a 6-figure rollover in my financial business. And at the time, I was just starting. I didn't know anyone really that would trust me with the 6-figure rollover. So when I was manifesting it, I didn't really believe it. So it didn't really come to fruition right then and there, right? And I was like, oh, I could have got discouraged. But I did it again. And I manifested I commanded a certain amount of money in my life, and that came to fruition. So that could have been far-fetched for some people. I mean, it was a couple $100s. To me, it wasn't that much, because I've earned that much before. I've had that come in my life before. So it was feasible. So before you do this method, know if you ask for something, or if you command something in your life, I don't want to say ask, because we're commanding it. You're being grateful for it because it's already yours. If you ask for something, it shows like you're removed and you're like kind of hesitant. You're commanding it. So the first time when I commanded something, I wasn't in alignment with it, because I had never done it before. So my subconscious was like, yeah, right, this can never come to fruition. And then I blocked it, right? But the next time when I did it with something that I was aligned with. So if you are renting a studio apartment in the middle of Iowa, do not do this manifestation and say, I'm so happy and thankful for my beach house mansion that I own, okay? That's not feasible. That's not in alignment with where it is that you are. But as you grow and allow your vibration to grow more and evolve, and you allow your mentality to shift, then you can start asking and moving for bigger things, okay? So what this method is, the 33 by 3, you have to write your manifestation, or the thing that you're wanting to bring into your life, 33 times. Do not stop. You write it 3. Number 1, and you just keep going until you get from 1 to 33. All right. Look, I mean, we say don't lift your pen off the paper, but of course you have to lift the pen off the paper to move to the next line. But just keep going and you stay focused in it, right? You want to make sure you're in a quiet space where you won't have distractions and you're in a high vibe. If you're angry, if you're sad, if you're confused, don't do this because it's just going to discourage you more, all right? You also want to make sure, like I said, that you're in alignment with what it is that you're asking for and you're not being too far-fetched, because you have to be in harmony with this thing. So what I like to do is I like to meditate first, right? I do this in the morning before I deal with anyone, before I pick up an electronics, before I let anyone else's energy up in my space. I meditate, so I'm in a calm, clear manner, right? I'm sitting in my sacred space, and then I write this out, okay? Now, you also want to write in the present tense. You want to move as if you already have this thing, as if it already belongs to you, okay? So how I start, and I've taken this from Bob Proctor directly, is I am so happy and grateful now that all right? And then you finish it off. So when I was manifesting this couple $100, well, I have to say the amount now. So I said, I am so happy and grateful now that I have $300 in my bank account. And you have to be specific. How do you want this money? Do you want $300 cash? Do you want $300 in your Cash App? Do you want $300 check? Do you want $300 in your bank account? I wanted it in my bank account. I wanted it to come from somewhere, right? So I just wrote 33 times in a row, okay? I am so happy and grateful now that I have $300 in my bank account. And I did this for 3 days straight, the same time every single day. I made sure I was focused. I made sure I was in a high vibration. Now, with this particular one, I didn't get rid of it. Sometimes you can burn it when you're done, right? You can roll it towards you, roll up those papers and burn it. Or you can just keep it, have it tucked away. But you don't want to keep going back and visiting this, all right? But you want to write your statement, your command manifestation 33 times in a row, 3 days in a row, okay? And how you start it off is, I am so happy and grateful now that and when I was manifesting this money, I said, I am so happy and grateful now that I have $300 in my bank account. I didn't doubt it. I knew that it was something simple because I get that type of money all the time, okay? And then boom, I manifested it and I was like, this is amazing, okay? So work that out. I hope that helps you all. If you have any questions about it, leave me a comment and I'll be happy to clarify it for you. But that is all that I have for you today, lovely family. I love you all. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.